All right, guys, thank you for watching Unidentified Podcast. We just did a session where Ed was playing Street Fighter. That didn't go well. I hope we post it. But if we don't, just know he lost. On another note, okay, I found this fan art version of Dragon Ball, and I thought it was pretty good. But before we even start on that, I have the video over here, and I want to share it and see you guys' opinion and see what we can make out of this. But before we even start, man, just keep in mind this is a fan art. It's recreated. Everything is reimagined. Okay.
This better be good.
Yeah. Are both of you guys familiar with Dragon Ball, like all the way through?
Come on. Everybody has seen Dragon Ball. You talking about Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Z? Which one we talking about?
All of them, the whole saga: Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT, Dragon Ball Super.
I ain't doing all that.
You never watched none of those?
Boo Saga. That's where I said, okay, this is getting ridiculous.
Yeah, I think I hooked off there as well.
Okay, the Boo Saga.
And by the time the GT came up, I was already disinterested.
Yeah, I'm done.
The Boo Saga was like pretty much it. I watched the whole thing. I watched even Superman, which was a freaking letdown. But I think I mentioned that before. That let me down, man, for sure. I didn't like it at all. And
you can already create so much power you can destroy the planet. Like, where are we going after that? Like, where are we
universe?
Going? Come on, no. You go to the universe. I'm done.
New dimensions.
No, literally that's where Dragon Ball Super actually took place. Like it was a whole universe, destruction at play, and that was.
I can't do that. That's too much. It's too much.
Yeah.
What are we talking about now?
And I think so many transformations and so many like things were wasted on that one. But okay, so when Boo Saga, so that means you watch Dragon Ball Z, and Boo Saga, you like it was too much for you. You watch all of the other
Boo Saga, then I was done.
Okay, what was your favorite one? Like the Cell games?
Nah, Frieza.
The Freezer.
Oh yeah,
That was actually my favorite as well. Well, no. I mean, I guess the Cell one was my favorite just because of Gohan. He finally got some light on him during that time. How about you, Nagain?
I'm thinking, but yeah, I like the tournament part of it.
Yeah. So when watching an anime, what catches your eye and what hooks you? What are you looking for? Let's say for fighting scenes. What are you looking for in fighting scenes?
For it to be realistic, I mean, there has to be some logic to it, there is that you can follow it to a certain extent, but also know okay, they're really quick, so yeah, you probably won't catch everything that they're doing, and for it to be with good contenders, I mean, you don't want the fightings where one is way better than the other.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that for Dragon Ball Z, it kept it quite interesting because for the Super Saiyans, once they get beat and they recover, they get better.
Okay.
And that.
Ed, can you please tell me a fighting scene, like a prime fighting scene for you? Like, what gets you when you watch a fighting scene? What you want to see?
What in Dragon Ball Z or just in all fighting scenes?
Just in general. And the reason I'm asking this is because like Dragon Ball, let's say Dragon Ball Z, just to keep it simple, have like altogether like some of the best fighting scenes in anime altogether, like in my opinion. Like they have a lot of like I watched a lot of anime before, right? And a lot of people and a lot of anime have lost me when it comes to like the fighting scenes. Like storyline, great, and all these things, but like the fighting scenes, like just kind of suck. And just like leave me like with the sensation of like I wanted to see more, like more connections, more like actual fighting, more like have you are you familiar with like the seven deadly sins?
Yes.
Okay, so those fight there, like the storyline, I love it. I love the animation. I really like the anime itself, but the fighting scenes could be so much better, like with their power, with their abilities, and all these things. Just like the connections, like when they fight and stuff like that, it left me like wanting to see a little more. Do you agree, Nagayan, or is that what you like to see?
I mean, for me, it was the storyline that had me watch it and really get hooked on it.
Mm-hmm.
And I really didn't put much attention to like, okay, how are they fighting and how are they? Is the fight? How could this be better?
Mm-hmm.
But if I think about it right now, it's quite straightforward. Yeah, I can see it being simpler, way simpler than it could be, indeed.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
yeah, for
Well,
me, it wasn't about the fighting. It was pure the storyline that kept me going. So
yeah. Well, you mentioned earlier, like when like the Saiyans like lose or anything like that, or are close to the death, they get stronger, they get better, right? And I like when they punch. Sometimes like the punches collide,
connect.
connect, and you see like the explosion, and it kind of shows you what scale and their power. When they get hit, you know, they drag on the floor. I kind of like that as well. You know, to me, it gives you like a sense of danger. Like, okay, they're in trouble. Okay, this is happening. Okay, they might lose. I mean, me watching as a kid, at least, right? And I thought that their fighting was very exciting. And that's what kept me watching. Dragon Ball Super is a different story. GT is a different story as well. But this is something. I mean, I didn't like the whole thing of it, but it's something that, you know, somehow is reimagined. But at the same time, like some of the fighting was pretty cool. I wanted you guys to let me know how you feel about this. You want to play it, Ed?
Let me pull this up 1 minute here.
Okay. So while he does that, I'll tell you this. A lot has changed and a lot of things could have been better, but I like how they played with certain things and kept certain things like, you know, in connection to what we are familiar with. I think the first few Broly fights in the actual anime were pretty good, and somewhere there like they lost me, man. They just ended up doing way too much. The last one was crappy. Well, not the last one, the one before last one. I didn't watch the last one actually, and it was because like Goku and Vegeta, like instead of going back in time and doing it as a memory, they did it as like they currently stand, and they were already God, Super Saiyan, like blue, you know what I mean, like God mode on Super Saiyan, and Broly was kicking both of their asses, man. Like no effort, no nothing.
Are you ready?
Yeah, let's go for it. Just be open-minded, okay?
My son, stay strong. Your crown is here, and your kingdom awaits your return.
Are you familiar with the background story for Vegeta?
Yeah, I think the certain part was shown in Dragon Ball Z.
Okay.
Mother language.
Just how stupid can you be?
Have we ever met?
Have we ever met?
If you don't mind, can you just tell me what I forgot so I can remember?
Unbelievable! And did you forget the
As
promise you
usual.
made me as well?
Especially with clueless.
You promised
So they should hold their
marry
thing.
me, Goku!
This actually kind of happened as well.
Well, his life's over.
Yamcha.
Krillin.
Is that all you can
Okay.
say for yourself?
Who's that? Who's that, Ed?
There it is. Oh, it's
Did you see the spear and the outfit, like the shoes he's wearing?
Kakarot.
I kind of like how mysterious he is so far. Kind of reminds me of Naruto, right there.
Broly?
Who's that in the spaceship?
That's classic Vegeta with his with his eye counter thing.
power level over 9,000. There you go.
Oh,
Legendary right there. So far, what you guys thinking? You like it?
The gold
Yeah,
fashion. It's not every day that a king leaves his throne.
I don't like how they change his like
Royal
hair or whatever. But they made the art look like very old, like old school. Bro, he looks very slim.
oh, there we go.
Very well. And his classic like greenish, yellowish
All my life I've trained for
aura.
this one
Or
moment.
Oh,
why is Vegeta wearing
The Saiyan.
Katari earrings though?
For my
I never
family.
understood that.
And yes, even you, Kakarot. Saiyan legend, hear me! Today a god falls. Bones to dust. Ashes to the wind!
Do you think his images were like what you call it? Like an upgrade? You like it better or no?
this is one. Good. And they can apply their own stuff. How you see that?
Yeah.
That makes
Now,
sense.
one thing that I noticed that I don't know if you noticed this so far, but of course they are monkey race, right? But they fight more like a monkey in this anime. Have you noticed that? I don't like how this freaking bounce around. They should have used the garlic gun. Look on me, like stuff. That's different. No?
It's the same out of them.
You see what he did?
Sword.
Yeah. There's a sword out of the Super Saiyan energy, man. Never seen that before.
I mean,
GG.
Whoa, man, he's walking around.
that's SU. It's like, yeah, finally something funny. He didn't even know her just a second. But of course, he has a weak for.
No, he knows her. He just made a promise. He didn't remember what the promise was, and that actually happened in the actual canon, and where he kind of forced him into marrying. And now,
Savior from her.
I don't know what that scar in his chest. I don't know what's up with that. How about him? Do you think that can improve this and his look?
The whole thing is better.
Yeah. Okay. You agree? No.
Better is a big word, but way different.
Now this is assuming that Vegeta put his side to the side and actually go, And the other thing is to me the story feels very rushed. So much happening so quick and stuff, but it's pretty cool. I found it to be pretty cool. I'm glad I found it.
Remember, it's Chi-Chi, right? Kakarot. Stop calling me that. That name is your birthright. For you, just like I, are the legacy of a proud race of golden warriors.
You hear the voices
We
too?
are the keepers.
Are these the AI voices?
Light. Your light is out of control.
How would you tell?
Must be refined to be useful. Your days under the sun are numbered, Kakarot.
Not bad.
So
huh?
marry that woman while you still have the chance. And come with me. We have to prepare. For what? War.
War with who? Don't leave it that open. Let me know.
That was a shark. No, it was a shark.
So, Broly's alive and they know, but you let him go. Now, can Broly heal or something? What's up? Now he remembers you, Vegeta.
See you on whatever comes next.
Was that her that made this? This is John. Thank you for watching. Okay. That was extra.
She had to go throw in a.
But you see the white hair? I like the white hair over there. I thought that transformation, when I was in school, everybody used to talk about how they were going to have a transformation with white hair. But then I found out that was fan art as well. Very cool. So what would you rate this? 1 to 10, Ed?
I give it a 10.
A 10, okay. Nagayan, what you give it, 1 to 10?
It's definitely a 9.
Okay.
But I don't see where I can improve it, and that's.
Okay. So I give it an 8.5, okay? And that's being harsh because I like a storyline. I like a little more background. I would like
do you think that these guys, whoever it was, could sit here and just make you know how long that must have took to make that? That probably
That
took
is
them
true.
months to make that.
Yeah, actually props to that person, man. Very good art.
You're talking
very
about
good,
a story and all this. Probably took
very good style. And you giving it your own take on it. I mean, I like the classic fighting style, but I also like...
It's not even it's actually superior. The animation is better than what you see in the original DBZ because they actually went in and it's more about actual punches and kicks and actual hand-to-hand instead of relying on powers. if you just rely on powers, it's easy, but to actually go in and throw the punches, and animate it
When
like
I'm
that,
talking about Dragon Ball Z, I'm telling you, I like the connections and the punches and the like the technique. Like they used to use technique. I don't know where we lost ourselves in the Dragon Ball universe, but like it used to be better fights. Man.
This is better than most fights I've seen on Dragon Ball because it's grounded. You know what I mean? Like they're actually using like real technique.
Is it possible for you to look up best fighting scenes in the Dragon Ball Z?
Best fighting scene, Dragon Ball Z.
Just do it real quick. You're not gonna lose anything, man.
Like, best fighting scenes, right? It's the same stuff, man. I mean, you've seen them, right? You spent your whole life watching Dragon Ball.
Yeah, but I maybe you haven't seen it. I don't know what's wrong with you, man.
I haven't seen it. I told you I already seen Dragon Ball. Why you acting like people ain't seen Dragon Ball Z?
I just don't think people remember them because like there's some great fighting scenes there. What you think in the game?
I mean, I'm
see. Look at this.
very
This stuff
baffled
is
at
like
the
Dragon Ball
animation
GT.
Oh, you saw how like the Super Saiyan like power left his body and came back on his face to retransform. I also like how they kicked or punched the transformation out of them too. Like and they had to like catch themselves. Like, oh, whoa, that was like stronger than I expected. And scroll down, man, and like caught me off guard.
These are the greatest battles in between
out of
those 20-minute streaming sessions.
We're not watching 20 minutes, but whatever. But you see that's not powers; those are punches.
Look at how slow it is. Look at how slow and drawn out that was. Like it just not even being animated. He's sitting there. Like the thing is like they had a really like low budget. And a lot of time you'll just have one illustration that they're just moving around. It's not even being animated. And it's just like
that is
like, and that's why I say like his fan made was superior because it was constant motion. Like it was constantly being, I don't know if, I'm guessing that would have had to be some sort of CG that there's no way he animated that like in a traditional way. It has to be some sort of Unreal Engine or Unity or something that is using because I mean, it was a lot of animation going on there.
That's a good point. I wasn't looking at that.
Yeah, it's way more animation than you would see in the older originals. Like they just.
Yeah, but this is not a good fight, but it's okay.
Again, we publish new videos every day.
Just put it halfway through, see what we find.
For this list, we'll be looking at the most iconic battles from across Dragon Ball Z.
Oh man, the Frieza
Stardom
saga was one of the best too. Like the Frieza fight too, like the whole thing.
Keep in mind, we won't be including
when he finally did these things.
So don't expect the likes of Bruce to make appearances.
I remember I was in my house throwing punches.
In spite of this obese
thinking I was like freaking Goku.
Like look at this, they don't even. It's not even animated. It's not even animated. But we are all agreed that the Buu saga is not the one to look at, man. Look at that. You see this whole thing? I'm gonna run that back. Look at this again.
In spite of his obese appearance,
see the color changing up.
It's just not moving. He's not moving. Like this is just an illustration, and you're just moving it into him. Like that's not even animation. Like that's what I'm talking about.
To be near unstoppable, slaughtering whole cities.
What's your favorite transformation, though?
Candy.
They're stupid.
To buy some
it was just the transformations were long and drawn out because the budget was so low. It was to fill up the 20 minutes.
One that comes complete with a hell of a golden mullet. This led the way to a brief but awesome brawl.
What's your favorite transformation?
Just when it looks like Goku may have the upper hand, he realizes his time on Earth is running out and decides to leave the rest to the next generation.
Small Trunks with see ya, Jinsen Han? No?
Number 9, Gotenks versus Super Buu.
Gotenks.
Ah, yes. There's
Gotenks. Oh, okay.
No one else is here to run this your final hour.
This confrontation had been building since the moment Boo was resurrected, and it certainly didn't.
I like
feel to
Goku
let
Super
up.
Saiyan 2.
With the
like with the
time chamber
with
as
the
their
electric
battleground,
static
Goten and Trunks
surrounding
had
them.
mastered fusion, taking the form of the smart-ass Saiyan.
And then
Gotenks.
second place would be Super Saiyan 4, which wasn't canon, but you know.
The fight itself is layered with surprises, with Gotenks unleashing the hilariously effective Super Ghost Kamikaze attack, along with the reveal that he too can transform.
These are not good
into
selections
Super
though.
Saiyan
Like
3.
who is this guy?
Man, I rock. Yeah, just leave everything to me.
They may not have won in the end, but they get an A for effort.
He didn't even have good attacks or anything like that, so that's a letdown.
Number 8, Piccolo versus Android 17.
You can't
That wasn't
win.
a matchup. This was when
The
Piccolo
androids certainly had their fair share of bloody fun. Well, at least
He
until
has some
encounter
terrible
with
picks.
Namekian.
Who is this?
After fusing with Kami, Piccolo gains the strength to go toe-to-toe with Android 17 in a battle that's as brutal as it is cathartic. We're not sure what's more awesome, seeing Piccolo finally rise above the ranks of Saiyans, or seeing 17 get his smug face beaten in. At least until Cell shows up.
All right, guys. I'm gonna tell you like this. All right.
He picked some bad ones. Stop playing.
The issue is that this fan-made project is using superior technology, and because of that, he's gonna have better fight scenes because they're using technology that they didn't even have access to back then. But what was Dragon Ball Z made, like in the 80s or something? Like it just.
It is super old.
Yeah, like he's got better technology, so you got way more animation, fluid, more realistic movements with his like. Yeah.
No, I'm telling you, like the Frieza. Next time we do this, I'll select some fight scenes. 'cause
Maybe
you are terrible.
maybe it's not as cool as you remember them.
Yeah, that's probably it.
Yeah.
As well, because
Okay, that is also true.
I do remember these fight scenes, and they're cutting it at some places,
Yeah.
so that's also not.
And then
So
they
Naruto-
drag stuff out. It's like the power
They did.
up for like 5 minutes. Like, come on, man, stop playing.
Yeah, but that's to show you how impossible that transformation was. I mean, to me, it was exciting. You know how hard it was. I didn't like when they simplify it in Dragon Ball Super. They're like, it's a little tingle in the back, and that's how you know you can transform. Like I think that was like playing it down way too much. It was dumbed down way too much. No effort, no nothing. You just you're saying that you can transform whenever you want, man. I don't know. But you should have selected like the Cell games or whatever. Or the Frieza fight, like when he first transformed into Super Saiyan, man. Those were good times right
That
there.
fight scene we seen from that fan made was better than anything you're gonna see in Dragon Ball.
Bro, as a matter of fact, I think after I saw Goku transform into Super Saiyan for the first time, I went to school the next day and I fought somebody. Okay.
I think it's cool that it took a whole studio of people to make this, and then like one guy or maybe two guys nowadays can do something that's even superior.
But yeah, but like time,
because we got the
sorry.
technology now. It's crazy.
Times have changed. Like you can compare one to the other. But this is a classic, regardless of what, man. Dragon Ball is one of the best animes I ever seen in my life, and that's how I will remember it, regardless of what. Fan-made art was actually very great. That's why I brought it up. I'm glad you actually liked it. You gave it what was it, a 10?
I wouldn't even call that fan-made. That's beyond fan. That's just a reimagining. That's not even like fan-made is like, you know, you just think like it's gonna be some trash or something. No, that's pretty good, man.
Okay.
And this is more than just a fan. Like this guy's legit. This dude's a legit artist.
Or female.
Or female.
Yeah.
Highly unlikely, but yeah.
Stop with that.
Whatever it was that Asian girl, I don't know. Why would he put that Asian girl at the end?
to make sure you come back. Yeah.
I guess so. Ed, are you capable of creating something like that?
Yes, it would take a long time, man. Take a long time, but yeah.
We should work on something. Well, I say we, right? But I have no skill whatsoever. But you should look into that. Well, anything else, guys?
No, that's it, man. It was cool.
I'm good.
It's cool.
All right. So say thank you, Angel, for your pick today, Ed.
Thanks, I guess. Yeah. It's all right, man. I might have to check out his channel. I want to see how he made it. But yeah.
Yeah. So you know, I'm glad I was able to amuse you. You seem happy with it, so I'm glad. Well, that's it. Thank you for watching, guys. Unidentified podcast.
We out.
Yep.
See you on the next.